Caitlin Clark's bold decision has sent shockwaves through the basketball world, forcing the NBA commissioner to cancel the highly anticipated three-point rematch between Stephen Curry and Sabrina Ionescu. Was this a strategic move for her career, or did fans miss an unforgettable showdown? Let's start with the core of the story. Caitlin Clark's decision to decline the invitation to the NBA All-Star three-point contest. It's the move that sets everything else in motion, so understanding her motivations is crucial. It wasn't an easy decision considering the exposure and buzz that an NBA All-Star Weekend appearance would bring, but her choice ultimately boils down to the WNBA. She decided on long-term benefits for her career in the league. The most straightforward explanation, and the one that seems to hold the most weight, is her commitment to the WNBA. She wants her first official three-point contest appearance at the WNBA All-Star Game, specifically in Indianapolis. This is her way of saying, I'm all in on the WNBA, and I want to showcase my skills here first. It's a powerful statement of loyalty and dedication. Beyond the immediate statement, it's also a strategic move. The WNBA is on the rise, and Clark is arguably the biggest star the league has seen in years. By prioritizing the WNBA All-Star Game, she's bringing even more attention and eyeballs to the league. She is putting her first foot forward to create a legacy as a face for the growing league. That kind of publicity is priceless, not just for the league itself, but also for her teammates and the next generation of WNBA players. It's a calculated career choice that could pay off in the long run. So, how did Clark's decision lead to the cancellation of the Curry vs Ionescu rematch, which had been so heavily anticipated? Well, the NBA wasn't just planning a simple rematch. They envisioned something bigger, a sort of super three-point contest that would feature multiple stars from both leagues. Once Clark declined, the entire premise fell apart. The whole idea was based around expanding it to include the biggest names in basketball now, Clark included. Without her, the wow factor diminished significantly, especially when Ionescu decided to skip out as well. So, did the NBA feel forced to cancel the Stephen Curry vs Sabrina Ionescu three-point contest rematch because Caitlin Clark refused to join? Before we move on, make sure to like and subscribe for all the updates you need about the WNBA world. Let's continue. It wasn't a malicious kind of force. The expansion had already begun to change the framework of the initial rematch. Without her, the NBA likely felt that a simple Curry vs Ionescu rematch, while still appealing, wasn't enough to generate the same excitement and buzz. Plus, the potential for a slightly awkward situation was there. It's a strategic move on the NBA's part, choosing not to move forward with an event that might not have lived up to expectations. Let's drill down into why Indianapolis and the WNBA All-Star Game hold so much significance for Caitlin Clark. It's not just about playing on her home court, although that's a factor. It's about something deeper, solidifying her role as a leader and a symbol of the WNBA's growth. First, playing in Indianapolis is a homecoming. She spent her college career in Iowa, and she knows she has fans not only there, but across the Midwest and nationwide. This helps her make a strong connection with people who have been following her since college. It's about representing her team, her city, and her league on the biggest stage. That's a powerful statement of commitment. Second, it's about sending a message to young girls who aspire to play in the WNBA. She is saying, I'm choosing to showcase my talent here, in this league, because this is where I believe the future of women's basketball lies. That kind of visibility and validation is incredibly important for the continued growth of the WNBA. Essentially, Caitlin Clark's decision isn't just about a single game or contest. It's about investing in the future of women's basketball and solidifying her legacy as a WNBA icon. Let's rewind and examine the NBA's thought process behind expanding the three-point contest in the first place. What were they hoping to achieve, and why did those plans unravel so quickly? The initial Curry vs Ionescu contest was a huge success, generating buzz and attracting new viewers. It was a win-win for both the NBA and the WNBA. The NBA naturally saw an opportunity to build on that success and create an even bigger spectacle. Adding more stars, like Klay Thompson and Caitlin Clark, was intended to amplify that excitement. It would bring in a wider audience, appeal to different fan bases, and create more memorable moments. The NBA wanted to create an event so big that it would transcend basketball and become a true cultural moment. The idea was right in line with this goal. However, the whole plan rested on the participation of key players. When Clark declined, it created a domino effect. The NBA likely realized that without her, the expanded contest wouldn't have the same impact. So, while the initial idea was solid, it ultimately proved too fragile. The NBA needed all the pieces to fall into place, and when one of those pieces went missing, the whole structure collapsed. In the wake of Caitlin Clark's decision and the subsequent cancellation of the expanded three-point contest, how did the NBA respond? What adjustments did they make to salvage the All-Star weekend and ensure it remained a compelling event for fans? First, they had to fill the void left by the three-point contest. This likely involved brainstorming alternative events, reaching out to other stars, and adjusting the schedule. The NBA couldn't let a blank space remain where the three-point challenge was. Second, the league likely focused on promoting other aspects of the All-Star weekend, highlighting the slam dunk contest, the All-Star game itself, and other events to recapture the attention of the audience. The NBA would want to put on a memorable event. Ultimately, the NBA's response was about damage control and adaptation. They had to make the best of a difficult situation, find new ways to generate excitement, and ensure that the All-Star weekend remained a must-see event for basketball fans around the world. It's a reminder that even the best-laid plans can be disrupted, and the ability to adapt and innovate is crucial for success. Let's unpack this idea of WNBA and NBA collaborations at All-Star Weekend. It's not enough to just say, more crossovers. We need to think strategically about what those collaborations look like and how they can benefit both leagues. Think beyond just the three-point contest, which, as we've seen, can be a bit of a minefield. What about a skills challenge that combines players from both leagues? Think about a team of, say, Trae Young and Sabrina Ionescu going head-to-head against a team of Ja Morant and Skylar Diggins-Smith. The potential for highlight reel passes, creative dribbling moves and clutch shots is huge. Or consider a charity game. We could have mixed teams of NBA and WNBA players competing for a good cause, bringing together star power and philanthropy. You could even get creative with the rules, maybe incorporating some WNBA rules into the NBA game or vice versa, just to add a little extra flair and excitement. It's crucial that these collaborations feel organic and authentic, not forced or tokenistic. The goal is to showcase the talent and skill of WNBA players in a way that respects their league and their accomplishments. It is up to both the WNBA and NBA to strategize how to move forward. Now let's dive into a provocative question. Does the NBA need the WNBA for All-Star Weekend success? This question was raised by ESPN's Brian Windhorst, and it's worth exploring. The NBA is undoubtedly a powerhouse in professional sports, boasting massive viewership numbers and global appeal. However, All-Star Weekend has faced criticism in recent years for being predictable and lacking excitement. Fans have voiced their concerns about the quality of events like the dunk contest and even the All-Star game, which some say has lost its competitive edge. In this context, incorporating more WNBA elements into All-Star Weekend could provide a fresh perspective and inject new energy into the event. Imagine if the NBA embraced its partnership with the WNBA more fully by featuring WNBA stars in high-profile events. This could not only attract new viewers, but also create a more inclusive atmosphere that celebrates all aspects of basketball. Think about it. If fans see their favorite WNBA players sharing the stage with NBA superstars, it could change perceptions about women's basketball. It sends a message that both leagues are equally important and deserving of recognition. This kind of collaboration could enhance fan engagement across both leagues and foster a sense of unity within the sport. Additionally, there's an opportunity for storytelling here. The narratives surrounding players like Caitlin Clark or Sabrina Ionescu can resonate deeply with fans who may not be as familiar with women's basketball. By integrating these stories into All-Star Weekend programming, through interviews, highlight reels, or social media content, the NBA can help build a bridge between its audience and the WNBA's rising stars. Now let's indulge in some what-if scenarios regarding what could have happened if Caitlin Clark had accepted that invitation to participate in the NBA All-Star three-point contest alongside Stephen Curry, Sabrina Ionescu, and Klay Thompson. Imagine this. The lights dimmed at the arena as fans buzzed with anticipation for what promised to be one of the most exciting events of All-Star Weekend. You have Steph Curry, arguably the greatest shooter ever, defending his title against Sabrina Ionescu, who has already proven she can hold her own against him from last year's contest. But then you add Caitlin Clark into this mix, a fresh face with an explosive shooting style, who has captured hearts across America during her college career. The energy would have been electric. Fans would have tuned in not just because they wanted to see Curry defend his crown, but also to witness this unique clash between generations of basketball talent. Klay Thompson would bring his legacy into play as well. He's known for his sharpshooting skills alongside Curry, but also brings that competitive spirit that would elevate everyone involved. The potential storylines alone would have made this contest unforgettable, a true showcase of talent across different levels of professional basketball. We were left wondering what could have been, a missed opportunity that might never come again given each player's busy schedules moving forward into their respective seasons. Whether this specific contest happens or not in future years, it serves as an example of how exciting cross-league competitions can be when they feature top-tier talent across both men's and women's basketball. Finally, let's take a moment to gauge fan reactions regarding Caitlin Clark's decision to decline participation in this year's NBA All-Star three-point contest. Are fans disappointed? Or do they support her choice? The responses have been varied. Some fans expressed disappointment at missing out on what could have been an iconic moment showcasing elite talent from both leagues on one stage. Many were eager to see how Clark would perform against established stars like Curry and Ionescu. After all, she has been lighting up college courts with jaw-dropping performances all season long. However, there is also significant support for her decision among fans, who appreciate her commitment to elevating women's basketball through prioritizing participation within its league, the WNBA, over potentially fleeting fame associated with an NBA event. This dichotomy reflects broader conversations within sports culture today. How do we balance individual aspirations against collective growth? Should athletes prioritize personal accolades over supporting their league? Ultimately, whether disappointed or supportive fans are engaging deeply with this conversation surrounding Caitlin Clark's choices. They're recognizing their significance beyond just one contest or event. What are your thoughts on Clark's choice to prioritize the WNBA All-Star Game over the NBA event? Do you think it was the right move for her career, or do you feel fans were robbed of an exciting showdown? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching.